Yo, what's good, family? Hey, so I'm back again, man. I'm not sure if the video from yesterday's or review or Monday's review helped out. Some of you guys checked it out, some of you guys didn't. I would encourage you, if you're not like understanding something, just go ahead and check out the video so you can get a better understanding of what's going on. So I'm gonna upload them with the stuff from Khan Academy as well. That way you can, just kind of go step by step with each one. All right, so without further ado, man, let's go ahead and jump into this. Again, I encourage you to do the work first before you try just looking at the video, and just give yourself a chance to show what you know. All right, so check it. Number one is, what is the surface area of the cube that has side lengths of 2 and 1/10 inches? So when we think about surface area of a cube, we know we have a cube has 6 sides, so there's going to be 6 times the side length squared. So we're going to square 2 and 1/10. So basically, when we rewrite it, it'll look like this: 6 times 2.1 times 2.1. Okay, so we're going to do the math. We're going to do 2.1 times 2.1. That's going to be 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, so 1, 4, 4. And we have 2 places, so that means our decimal is going to be right here. So we got 4 and, let me get my zoom, there we go, 4 and 41 times 6. So 4 and 41 times 6. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 2 is 26. Keep our decimal there for 2 places. So 26 and 4, 4600ths, and that is A. Okay, so number 1 is A. All right, let's look at number 2 now. Let's go down to number 2, and it says, number 2 says, which 2 expressions are equivalent for any value of z? So when we think about this question, we have to do the parentheses first, the outside, and make sure that they match up. They have to be equivalent, which means they have to be equal. So we're going to take each one. So we have to look at each answer. 6 times 3z minus 2. So we're going to do outside times the inside for each one, and that's going to be 18z minus 12. Okay, and so we see that it says 18z minus 2, so it's not A. And then we have 6z minus 2, and then 3z, 3 times 2z. So if we did 3 times 2z minus 4, that's going to be 6z minus 12. And then the other one is 6z minus 2. That's going to be equal to 6z minus 12. So they match. So we don't have to do anything else because that answer is B. That answer is B. They match. All right, let's take a look at number 3. Number 3 says, if a cube has side lengths of 7a units, what is the volume of the cube? So when we think about a volume of a cube, we have the cube side length, which is 7a cubed. So we have to put everything to the third power. So it's 7a cubed equals the volume. All right, so in this case, 7a is the side length. All right, so we're going to do 7a times 7a times 7a. And then we know that 7 times 7 is 49. A squared times 7a is going to give us 343a to the third power. Because anytime you're multiplying variables, it just goes up a to the second, a to the third, a to the fourth, depending on how many variables they are, okay? So 343a to the third is going to be C. So it's 343a cubed units cubed. So that is letter C, okay? You can come back to that one if you get stuck again, because you're going to see plenty more of those types of questions. All right, so now let's move on to number 4. What is another way to write 6 less than m? So number 4 says 6 less than m. Now this is algebraic speak. So when we see something like this, we just write it by saying 6 less than m. So we just write it how we read it. 6 less than minus sign m. And that's going to be a. Okay? So whenever you see something like that with division or subtraction, that's how you read it. You read it 6 less than m, and then you write it 6 less than m. Okay? All right, number 5. What is the value of f in the following equation? 0 equals negative 31.8 plus f. So these are our favorites. Remember the inverse operation? That should be pretty simple. 0 equals negative 31.8 plus f. So we got to get f by itself. In order to do that, we do the inverse operation. So plus 31.8. And when we cancel those out, it equals 0. So f is equal to plus 31.8. And that means that one is letter A. Okay, letter A. All right, number 6. Moving kind of fast this time, guys. So number 6, or is it because I'm talking too fast? Anyway, in which quadrant would negative 8, negative 1 be located? Remember that negative 8, negative 1. So if we're finding the quadrant that one goes in, we go to the left to negative 8 and then down to negative 1. And so we go over and down, and that's going to be in quadrant. This is 1, this is 2, and so this one is in quadrant 3. Okay, and then this one will be quadrant 4. So that one is in quadrant 3, which is C. All right. Number 7. Look at that, we're almost done. Number 7. What is the greatest common factor of 38 and 76? So you may have talked about this in your 5th grade classrooms. We definitely did not have a chance to talk about it in our 6th grade classroom as of yet, but we're talking about it now. So when we think about greatest common factors, we have to think about all the factors of 38 and 76. Okay, I don't want to spend too much time on that. I'll probably just have to do another video separately, but we know that 38 and 76 factors would be 2, and then we go up, what's half of 38, right? So when you think about all of those factors, 19, thank you. So when we think about all those factors, we have to say, what is the greatest one between the two? And so if we think about 76 and we divide 76 by 2, that's going to be 3. Nope, it's not going to be 3. That's going to be 3 here, and that's going to be 2. And then this one is going to be 8. So 38 is half of 76, right? And so since 38 is half of 76, we know that the greatest common factor between 38 and 76 is 38. Because 38 can fit into itself one time. So the greatest common factor between 38 and 76 is 38. And that's going to be C. Okay, if you want more of those types of problems, just let me know so I can put more of those up, all right? So now on to number 8. All right, let me turn the paper over. My goodness, I'm going through so many sheets. So it says, number 8 says, what is the least common multiple of 12 and 8? So again, kind of like the greatest common factor, when we think about least common multiples, we have to know the multiples of the numbers, right? And so we do, we just do our multiplication, 12, 24, 36, 48, and so on, 8, 16, 24, 32, right? And so when we think about the least common multiple, the smallest multiple between the two numbers, right, when they match up. So let's see, if we did 12, and then 24 is next, right? And we do 8, 16, 24. The smallest one where they match up is 24. Okay, so therefore 24 is the least common multiple between 12 and 8. All right, so that one's D. Okay, all right, number 9. Let's go ahead and read this. The trip from Denver to Chicago and back takes 12 days by train and 8 days by bus. If the trips are run consecutively, which means back to back, how many days will it be before the train and bus leave Denver at the same time? So again, this is just like number 8, right? We're thinking about the common, least common multiple between 12 and 8. And we know that that is 24 because it's going to take 24 days for them to leave at the same time. If we went through our multiples again, 12, 24, 8, 16, 24, they match at 24. So that answer is also C. All right. And number 10. How many 1/4 cup servings are in 7/8 cups of ice cream? So if we rewrote that problem, number 10, if we rewrote that problem, right, we would see how many 1/4 cup servings are in 7/8 cups of ice cream. So we have to write it like this. How many 1/4 are in 7/8? Okay. And so now we know we do our keep, change, flip, keep, change, flip, and that's going to be 7/8 times 4 over 1. Now we can cross divide or multiply straight across, whichever you want to do. But you know me, I want to cross divide and then simplify. It's going to be 2. It's going to leave us with 7/2. And then we know that 7/2 is equal to 3 1/2. So therefore, there are 3 1/2 cups of 1/4 cups in 7/8 cups. Okay, and that answer is C. All right. Okay, cool, man. So if you need any help with anything, just hit me up, email me, call me, whatever you need to do, so we can keep this rolling. All right. Remember, next week there is no more reviews for that week because that is our spring break week. All right. Peace out.